Okay. In this video, we're going to start building some trees, and we're going to do kind of three variations on the tree trunk. So let's take our pine tree, grab that on the x-axis, and just slide it out of our way. Now we're going to hit Shift A, mesh circle, and this time we're going to change the vertices down to 6. The reason we're doing 6 instead of 8, this is going to have a bit more geometry to it. So we're trying to get few as possible vertices for these low poly trees. So we have this hexagon. We're looking at it from the front by hitting 1 on the number pad, and let's switch into edit mode. We'll start by hitting E to extrude, Z so it goes straight up, and then scale it in just a little bit. So the base of the tree is a little bit wider than the rest of the tree. Next, hit E to extrude, Z so it goes straight up. And I'm just going to go up about this distance. There's not really a right or wrong. You can play with this and make some variations if you want. So now we want to add, well, actually, first we want to make some copies of this so we don't have to redo this work. So let's switch to object mode. Very important that you switch to object mode so you don't put these trees together as one object. I'm just going to hit Shift D and X, move that over, Shift D and X, move that over. So I have 3 kind of base tree trunks. Now I'll select the first one again, and I'm going to go back to edit mode, and we're going to use loop cuts. Once again, the shortcut for that is Control R to make some sections where we'll pull out some tree branches. So Control R, maybe I'd like to have a tree branch starting here, put my mouse above that, Control R, move it down. So this will be the bottom and the top of this tree branch I'm getting ready to pull out. So I'm just going to select these 4 vertices. So I can pull out that face, E to extrude, pull this out. It should be getting smaller as it goes out from the tree. So I'll hit S to scale to just decrease that size. And now I can hit G to grab and move it up if I'd like. I can move it to the side. And I'm going to hit R to rotate. Oh, actually, we'll just leave it like that. We won't make it too complicated. Don't worry about rotating. So let's say that I want a tree branch sticking out on this side. So I'll select these 4, E to extrude, S to scale, and I'm going to move this one up, maybe a little taller. And we'll do a third one. We don't want to get too crazy and have, 10, 15 branches, but we can do 3. So I'm going to move or add a loop cut by hitting Control R. So this branch is a little higher up than the other 2. So extrude, scale, and grab to move it up. So this gives us a very basic tree trunk to start with. So you come over to the other 2 and build 2 more tree bases different than this one. So I'll make a couple. So if you want to follow me, that's fine. If you want to do something a little different, that is okay too. So I have that face selected. We're going to scale it down, move it up, and let's maybe put just one more kind of high up. We'll do it on this back side. And let's take this one, and I'm going to make this one kind of short. Oh, I did not make sure to select everything. Let me try that again. Let's just bring this one down a little bit. And I think I may just select it all and scale it. I'm going to hit Shift Z, and that will prevent it from scaling on the Z axis. So if you hit Z, it scales on the Z axis. If you hit Shift Z, it doesn't scale on the Z, it scales on the other 2. All right, so I have a little bit fatter tree trunk, make it a little bit taller, and let's just put maybe one big branch closer to the bottom. something like that. Okay, so that gives us 3 basic tree trunks. And let's go ahead and give these the bark material. So I'm just going to select all 3. I'm going to hit this drop down menu in the materials tab. So here in the properties panel, I'm going to select bark. You'll notice only one of them get the material because the active one selected is the one that we're working on. But if I press Control L, L for link, I can then link the materials so that they share the same material data. Okay, we'll stop this video, and then in the next video, we'll start making the foliage and leaves that go on top of the trees.